This is Caitlin, your host of the No Sleep for Dramas podcast, where we get no sleep and survive on coffee to watch just one more episode at night. Hello, and welcome back to another episode of the No Sleep for Dramas podcast. And as you can see, this is a wrap-up episode. I cannot believe I'm saying that because I feel like September, came and went. I can't believe it's October starting this week. We are wrapping up September 2024 in this episode. This might be a shorter episode, definitely shorter than some of my other wrap-up episodes in the other months. Two things contribute to how short this episode will be. Maybe three. One, I did not complete a ton of dramas in September for one reason and one reason only, which I will explain later. The second is I'm looking forward to only a handful of confirmed dramas in October. There's a couple dramas in October that are not confirmed if they will even premiere in October. Given the fact there's only a handful of dramas I'm excited for, it makes this also probably a shorter episode. And I think it's overall, what I'm excited for, it's a pretty average number for me, but there are definitely months that I look forward to more dramas, especially more than I'm looking forward to in October. So you'll find out how many I'm looking forward to when we get to that part of this podcast episode, but it's a shorter number than normal. Third reason, all depends on how much I have to say about the dramas in this podcast episode. I'm looking at the blog post that I wrote about this that you can also follow along as a guide if you like to. I always write them and use them as my notes for these podcast episodes. That is up on the blog now, so you can follow along as you listen in and I talk about the dramas. But yeah, it really depends how much I have to say about the dramas that I finished and or am excited about. And if I don't have a lot of things to say, this will be a very short episode. All that contributes to how short or long this wrap-up episode will be. Hopefully it will be at least 30 minutes, but God knows, I have no idea. As per usual, the usual format of a wrap-up episode is dramas I've completed in the previous month, which is September in this case, and then the dramas I'm looking forward to in the upcoming month which is October 2024. That's pretty much all we're going to do. Yeah. So the first off, as I said, we're going to talk about the dramas that I completed in September. And this all kind of stems from August, so I have to go back to August. So in August, I came up with a plan that I was going to try and empty my current watch list, and overall, I was pretty successful at that, except I had one weekender drama that I was only on episode 10 or something, and I wanted to finish it, and I couldn't finish it before August ended, so it rolled over into September. And I told myself I was not going to start any new dramas until I finished this weekender, because I knew if I started any new dramas, this weekender would just go back on the back burner and I would not finish it and I would still be watching it come 2025. So I just knew I had to complete this drama before I started anything new, which is why I only completed 3 dramas in September, because it took me a couple weeks, because I'm not a binger, to complete the weekender, because it was 50 episodes. And so after those 2 weeks, I had a completely new watch list, an empty watch list. And the fact that I only had 2 weeks then to add new dramas and possibly finish stuff, that didn't give me a lot of time to finish anything. I only completed 3 dramas in September. October, I will easily beat that number again, just from the airing dramas I'm currently watching, along with what I am watching that are completed. I will definitely have more than 3 dramas I completed in October. That is why my September completed dramas are so short, because it took me forever to finish the weekender. But my plan was to finish the weekender, so I knew I wasn't going to complete a lot of dramas in September. So if you listen to these dramas to find new dramas to watch, you have slim pickings this month, because again, I only completed 3. First one I'm going to talk about is The Weekender. Bad Thief, Good Thief. I've been watching this since January, I want to say. And I finally finished it. Not because I couldn't finish it earlier. I just got distracted and watched other dramas, and then I just didn't finish it. And it wasn't like I was disliking it either. I just, yeah. So this was the Weekender drama I was trying to finish, and I ended up finishing it. And I also ended up really liking it. It was worth finishing. This is also my first Weekender I ever finished, which I'm really happy about. Props to me. Like, I have a problem with Weekenders where I get bored because not a lot goes on in the span of the amount of episodes it is. But this one had enough going on with it that I stuck to it and I stayed interested in it. I'm excited because that was my first Weekender I ever finished. I started a bunch of Weekenders, I just never finished them. Props to me on that. I love the found family in Bad Thief, Good Thief. I also love that we got multiple romances. I will say it was not the romances I anticipated, but we had multiple romances. I was completely wrong when it came to two characters on how their storyline would play out, but I was okay with it. I did not like the female lead in the beginning of the drama, but she grew on me as the drama went on. And I also thought the story stayed in the childhood part way too long. Way too long. To the point where I was kind of getting bored, which is why it took me so long to like get out of that era. I thought it was a good thing that this drama covered a ton of different genres. Like, we had some crime stuff, we had family stuff like found family, we had romance, and it worked well together. It didn't seem overwhelming. It didn't seem like it didn't mesh together. Like, it seemed to work well and fit together very well. And I was surprised by some plot points because I saw it going a different way, which was good for me because it was unpredictable. And I did like the chemistry of the main couple. Sometimes I wish there was a little more heat. I wish it was a little steamier, but it was also like comfortable, normal chemistry. So it worked. They had chemistry. It wasn't like, oh my God, why would you ever put these two together type thing. If you like crime and you want to try a Weekender, I would definitely try this one because I can see why a lot of people like this drama and recommended it to me and others as in general. All right, so the next drama I'm going to talk about is Perfect Propose. Well, that was Bad Thief, Good Thief, the Weekender. Next drama I'm going to talk about is a Japanese drama called Perfect Propose. I watched it on Viki. Also, Bad Thief, Good Thief was on Viki. This is a really short Japanese BL drama, and I enjoyed this Japanese BL drama more than I thought I would. I liked the main couple a lot. The fact that it was so short, I went into it with not a lot of high expectations, because normally with dramas this short, I find something is usually missing by the end. And while I did find some things that I probably would have liked more if they had done differently in this drama, overall, I enjoyed it a lot more than I anticipated I would enjoy it. As I said, I liked the main couple together. I liked that they were comfortable around each other. I thought they had a nice, comfortable chemistry together. As I said, this is a common criticism of these dramas for me is I wish they were longer. I wish we got more background with both leads. We did get background, but I wish they went into more depth about their backstory and background. I also wanted to see them more as a couple at the end. So that was a couple things I wish were better. If you like dramas about food, you'll like this drama because it has a lot of food shots. I even wanted more food shots. Oh, I forgot to say. So with the Bad Thief, Good Thief, my rating for that was, I want to say it was an 8. Yeah, it was an 8. And then for Perfect Propose, my rating is an 8.5. So I like that a little better than the Weekender. That was Perfect Propose. And then the last one I finished in September was Detective Chinatown Season 2. I kind of binged this the week before the month end. I watched this on IGE and I rated this an 8 out of 10. I rewatched season 1 earlier in 2024, and I am now just getting around to watching season 2. This came out earlier this year, and I really should have just watched this right after season 1. At the same time, though, in hindsight, I really didn't need to rewatch season 1 to watch season 2, because it's kind of like what's the word? It's like a group of stories about side characters from this major Chinese movie franchise. So I don't really like, the stories are so different and the characters are different between the two seasons. Like there's no connecting them except for some of the characters pop up in both seasons, but really you don't need to watch season 1 to watch season 2. I still think you should watch, I mean, I should watch the Detective Chinatown movies to understand more about these series, and I said that as a critique in season 1 too, because all these characters are from that movie franchise, and I know nothing about them or their background because I've never seen any of the movies. I've wanted to watch the movies, but they haven't been available to me up until now. So if anybody knows where I can watch those movies, let me know on legal streaming sites. I still enjoyed the drama though. I did like season 1 more, but I think the cases were more interesting in season 1 of Detective Chinatown. But season 2 still had some interesting cases, but they seemed a little more generic to me. And then season 2 is just as much of a movie advertisement as season 1 was, so it wasn't really surprising. I am glad the hacker character got a main role in season 2. I liked her character when she showed up in season 1, so I'm really glad that she got more of a main role in this season. I'm a sucker for hacker characters in general. It's like forensics. It's like having a forensics doctor or a coroner in a drama. I'm always a sucker for those types of dramas. So yeah, season 2 could have been better, but it also could have been worse. And I think I rated this the same as season 1, where I gave both of them an 8. So, I mean, I don't know how, yeah. But I did enjoy season 1 more, but I think I gave them the same rating. So those are the 3 dramas I finished in September. I know this is going to be like a lot shorter podcast episode than normal. So the dramas I'm looking forward to in October. I'm curious what I'll end up completing in October. I mean, I'm assuming, as I said, I'll finish at least a couple of the dramas I'm watching, especially the ones that are airing. I also know there's a C drama that I need to start and finish in October for a podcast episode. So that I'll definitely be finishing by the end of October because I recorded at the end of October. If you're wondering, that Chinese drama is the double. And I'm looking forward to a decent number of Korean dramas in October, but the thing is, I have no idea where any of them are airing because they have no confirmed streaming platforms. So all I have are rumors. So I have no idea if I'll be able to watch any of these. I'm praying I get to watch at least the first one I'm going to talk about, because if I don't, I'm going to be really angry because it's one of my most anticipated of this year. But we'll have to see. So that's how October's playing out. I really don't know what I'm going to finish. I even don't know what I'm going to start other than the double. So we'll see. We'll see what happens when it comes to airing dramas. So the first one that I'm praying comes to a international streaming site. Like I will kill to watch this drama. Because it's such a surprise as it is. And that is Dong Jae, The Good and the Bastard. Korean drama rumored for Paramount Plus, but apparently Paramount Plus and TVing ended their partnership earlier this year, so it's very unclear if Paramount Plus will still be getting this drama. I'm praying they do. And this premieres on October 10th. I honestly never thought this drama would ever exist. This is a spin-off from one of my favorite Korean drama series ever. So when they announced that this was going to be done and going to be premiering and was going to be a spin-off, I was like, oh my God, this is so surprising. And this is one of my most anticipated dramas of 2024, as I said. So this is a spin-off of Stranger, the Korean drama series. I reviewed this season 1 on Daebak earlier this year, if you want to go back and watch that with Jess. Again, I never thought this would ever happen. I couldn't even fathom this spin-off happening, but here we are. It follows one of the side characters in the Stranger series, both seasons, Song Dong-jae, who he's a very gray character who you love to hate. He's a weasel and an opportunist, but is also very entertaining at the same time. So it's you love to hate him because he's such a opportunistic weasel character, but also he has a very weird friendship with the male lead of the Stranger series that you sort of care about him at the same time. I don't know. I don't really know how to describe it, but I'm really curious what this drama is going to be with him as a lead because, again, he is hands down an opportunistic weasel. He will, if somebody bribes him, he will do whatever they say. So I'm really curious what this drama is going to be about. All I know is he's an entertaining character to watch. I am praying this will end up on Paramount Plus. Like, I am praying because if it doesn't, I have no idea where it will end up. I'm just praying that Paramount Plus will take this one. I'm hoping it will premiere and it will be on Paramount Plus as it airs, not like come to Paramount Plus 6 months later. But we'll have to see. As long as I get it somewhere, whether it's airing or not, I will watch it. So if I have to wait 6 months to watch this and it ends up somewhere, I will be happy with that. So we'll have to see. So that was Dung Jae, the Good and the Bastard. Next drama I'm going to talk about is Doubt. It's a Korean drama. It's rumored for Netflix, but it's unclear if it's Asian Netflix or it's like international everywhere Netflix. I'm not sure. And it premieres October 11th. This is another crime drama, so we all know I love crime dramas. I'm going to watch it. This is a crime drama about profilers, which I also love. Through the Darkness is another Korean drama, is a great example of a brilliant and wonderful K-drama about profilers. So if you have never seen Through the Darkness, highly recommend that one. I think this drama will bring up some good questions about family and like morals of protecting family, but also duty to the law. Like there's going to be a lot of conflict with that kind of idea because it's about a father played by Han Suk-kyu who is a profiler. And he comes across this crime and he thinks that his daughter is involved in it. So he has to play the line of a profiler and someone who has a duty to the law and trying to figure out if he can protect his daughter and if she actually did this crime, pretty much. I'm really looking forward to see Han Suk-kyu play this role because for me, I think he acts very well and he plays this type of role very well. And I could see this drama have a lot of twists and turns in it. It's definitely more of a psychological thriller than like a straight up serial killer crime drama. And it's probably going to be really dark, even just given the poster that's on my blog post. I don't think I've ever seen the actress who plays... I could be wrong. I don't know if I've ever seen the actress who plays his daughter in something. If I have it, I'm not remembering right now, but I am curious to see Han Suk-kyu and Chae Won-bin's chemistry. Okay, I'm gonna look this up because now I'm curious. Have I seen her? Oh, never mind. I have. Yes. She was a guest role, though. That's probably why I don't remember. She wasn't like a supporting role. Okay. So I have seen her in one thing, but she really was a guest role in like 2 episodes. Okay, that's why I don't really know her. So I'm curious about how their chemistry will work out. I'm curious how he will play as like a father. He's done those roles before, obviously, but like as a crime profiler father figure. This also kind of reminds me of the Taiwanese crime drama The Victim's Game because the story has the same concept where the main character comes across a crime and realizes his daughter might be involved in the crime or even have done the crime herself, and he has to investigate it while protecting her as well as figuring out like if she was involved, how involved was she, what did she do, that type of thing. So I loved the Victim's Game, both seasons. I will be posting a review of that on my podcast in October at some point, so you'll be able to hear my full review of both seasons for the Victim's Game. So the fact that there's some similar concepts with these stories is a plus for me. So yeah, that was Doubt, the crime drama. Rumor is Netflix. It's very unsure on that. The only thing that has a confirmed streaming site, and I think will be on Netflix, is a Korean movie called Uprising that the trailer came out sometime this month. It premieres October 11th, and I think I added this to my plan to watch list because it's a little different. It's a historical Korean movie. It looks intense. The trailer looks high budget. The story seems to have high stakes. The cast really stands out to me. You have a lot of talented actors and actresses in this cast. And for a lot of these actors, I've never seen them in a historical piece of work before, like in a historical drama. So I'm curious how they look in historical costume. But given the title, Uprising, this story looks bloody, violent, and probably has a sad ending, honestly, because it takes place in historical Korea. But the fight scenes look fantastic, and it looks really angsty. I'm really hoping this turns into a good movie, though. It looks like it has the potential. It's unclear to me if it's based off a real uprising, though. Like, I don't know if it's actually based off of something and is accurately documented in history, or is just like a generic uprising of slaves against their masters. I'm not really sure. Doesn't really say. But as I said, the fight scenes look insane. Like, look so good. And the cast overall, like, they have done fight scenes before, so they're not new to this type of concept. So it just caught my eye. It's something different to watch. There's another Korean movie that came out on Netflix in September called Officer Black Belt that I haven't seen yet that I really want to watch. It's been getting some good reviews between other people who have watched the movie so far. So if you can handle crime or violent movies, that's another one you can check out. So that's Uprising. It's a Korean movie that's supposed to be out on Netflix in October 11th. So I have two more dramas I want to talk about. The next Korean drama I'm going to talk about is Love in the Big City. It premieres October 21st. There is no streaming site yet for this. I did not know that this was the Korean version of the recent movie that came out with Kim Go-eun and Steve No. I think it came out in September, like the beginning of September. I didn't realize that this was the Korean drama version until I looked into it. And I've been wanting to watch that movie. So if I get access to drama first, I'm just going to watch the drama. As I've said many, many, many times, I will always support dramas and movies with gay characters in it. This has a gay character, multiple gay characters in it. I'm definitely looking forward to watching it. I love the poster. I love all the colors in the poster. It looks like a beautiful story. From what I can tell, it's like a friendship between two roommates, and one is a male who's gay and the other is a female. And it's just about their friendship and how she supports his relationship with a man. And it seems like they just have a comfortable friendship. That's pretty much all I'm getting from the gist. I also love the aesthetic of the trailer. Like, this is giving me Eighth Sense aesthetic wise, which is a beautiful BL drama. If you have not watched that BL Korean drama, please go and watch it. I love the aesthetic of that drama. If this can give me that same feeling, I will probably enjoy it. And this stars Nam Yoo-soo and Jin Ho-eun, and they are the gay couple. Jin Ho-eun, I felt, was an interesting choice because any other role I've seen him do is either like straight villain or like a bully. So I can't really picture him doing like a gay love interest in a drama. But I'm curious now. The other, Nam Yoon-soo, he apparently has been getting a lot of hate for starring in this drama, which makes me so angry. But again, it's coming from a society that does not accept that. And so apparently his fans or whatever have been basically apparently canceling him because he chose to play this role. And that just makes me want to watch this drama even more, like to show support for this drama and to show that it's okay to use these types of roles. But apparently he has been getting a lot of flack on social media for it. But yeah, I mean, I think this will be a nice change of pace, especially for October, because I'm going to be watching a lot of crime stuff in October and possibly a lot of scary stuff. So this will be a nice little change of pace. I also look forward, I'm really curious about Nam Yoo-soo and Jin Ho-eun's chemistry, just because I just can't picture them together in a drama at all as a couple. And they released some magazine like shoots for them, and they look really good in those magazine shoots. So that was Love in the Big City, premiering October 21st. And the last one is the only drama on this list that has a confirmed streaming platform, and I know will be there. and that is Hellbound Season 2. So this premieres October 25th. Now, I'm going to admit, I am not the biggest fan of Season 1. I think I went into Season 1 with too high of expectations, and I remember liking the themes that were brought up with like society and humans and everything, and I thought the acting was great. But I remember I completed Season 1 and I had so many questions, like so many questions at the end of Season 1. So I guess that's a reason why I'm planning on watching Season 2, because I had so many questions and I want answers from Season 1. I know there have been some casting changes in Season 2, as well as like new additions. So I'm really curious how that will play out and if that will affect anything in Season 2, as like if I will like it more or not. I'm not, because in Season 1 I didn't really think that was a factor of why I was so confused and why I didn't like it. It was definitely the story. So I don't really know if that will have like a huge impact on me, and the fact that they switched out some actors and actresses and added new characters and whatever. I'm not really sure. Also, with Season 1, I remember that I did not particularly like the structure of the story, like how they structured it and how it played out. So I'm hoping, mainly because they hopped around. It hopped around to different characters. It wasn't very linear. And with this type of story, because I was so confused already, that didn't help. I'm really hoping Season 2 is a little more linear, but I don't know. I'm not having expectations for this drama because again, as I said, I went into Season 1. I definitely had higher expectations than I should have for Season 1, and it was a big disappointment for me. So that's everything. This is a really short episode. I just hope I have a good drama watching month in October, because as I said, September got off to a slow start, and I also know I'm going to be really stressed in October because work is going to kick my ass in the first half of October. So sometimes when that happens and I'm really stressed, I don't watch dramas, which is bad, especially when I have the double that I have to finish by the end of October. And the fact that I have to finish the double by the end of October means I will probably be prioritizing that drama over pretty much everything else I'm watching. So at least I know I'll probably finish that by the end. So I'm hoping I can finish a couple others. So we'll have to see. But at least I know I'll finish an entertaining C-drama, because there's no way I'm not going to like the double, honestly. But yeah, that's it. That's all I'm looking forward to, all I completed in September, all I'm looking forward to in October. It's a short list. This is a short episode, so sorry about that. But there's only so much I can talk about if I'm not looking forward to anything. And there's like a lot of rumored Chinese dramas, but I don't talk about things that aren't rumored. There's also some other Korean dramas I'm looking forward to, but they aren't confirmed. They don't have a premiere date in October. As always, I don't talk about dramas that don't have a confirmed premiere date. So that's why this episode is pretty short. That's another episode of No Sleep for Dramas podcast. I know it's a shorter one, but hey, on Monday I gave you a really long one, so you can go listen to that as well. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Let me know what you thought about the dramas I talked about. What are you excited for? What did you watch in September? Did you have a good drama watching month? Did you not? Let me know. Talk to me in the DMs. Bye. If you want to continue the conversations about dramas that were started in this episode, you can find me on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter under the username No Sleep for Dramas. That is No Sleep, the number 4, Dramas, just like in the title of the podcast. This podcast is also an expansion of my blog, so you can visit my blog at www.nosleep4dramas.com, the number 4 dramas.com, and find multiple years of blog posts already available at your fingertips. All links are in the description of this episode. This has been an episode of the No Sleep for Dramas podcast, and I am your host, Caitlin. I will see you here next time, and I hope you get no sleep chasing the next episode just like me. Good night.